What's up, cousin? Child, I have so much stuff I need to talk to you about. I just want to know if you got some time. Hopefully your day was good. Let me just ask you. You good? You good? Okay. Well, let's talk. I just smoked. Don't mind me. I've been noticing a lot of stuff lately. And, I'm a spiritual girly. Shout out to all the baddies, the spiritual girlies, and all of that. I'm looking real wide about the chest today. Yeah, my crest is looking a little anti. Let me fix that properly. Okay. And I'm all into the shiftings and all into the, upgrades and all that other stuff. But I know that it's individual to everyone else. So this is me simply just sharing with you guys, my cousins, what I'm going through, just to see if you guys can relate. Because maybe it's just me. First and foremost, everybody has been a lot more aggressive. I know during the summertime people get aggressive anyway because it's hot. Wintertime, a lot more people are friendly. Things are a lot slower. Okay, maybe there's a little bit more aggravation, maybe a little bit more boredom, but summertime, everybody's aggravated. It's like we waited all year for the sun to come out. Now it's out and everybody's pissed about it. I don't know. Second thing I've been noticing, driving. People are not driving in their lanes. People are just speeding. People are disregarding. It's like, and it's not even just with driving. Let's move on to the next thing that I'm noticing. People just literally in their own world. Like this girl today. And it was so weird because, let me just tell you, this girl today, I'm driving and I'm trying to park into a parking stall. I'm trying to adjust, so I'm backing out. As I'm backing out, she's walking towards me, but she's in my blind spot, so I didn't catch her until, I backed out fully to where she could see me. But she could see me. Okay, to where I could see her, but she could see me. So I'm like, but she's looking down at her phone, and then it gets to the point where she's walking in between the stall and me, which my car is halfway into the stall. So it's like she's walking in, it's like she's totally drifted off. It's like, girl, you're walking into a parking stall. You were about to get hit. Okay, like, I don't know what this is, but like, wake up, hun. Like, there's other things going on. So that was that. And then I walk in the store, and she's like, following me. We're in Hobby Lobby. Everybody knows Hobby Lobby is like a store where there are sections, like a Michael's or, maybe a really decent, crafty Target. Okay. And you're managed to be in every single aisle that I'm in? How weird. How weird and how random. Monitoring spirits, it's weird. It's been really uncomfortable. But on the flip side, what I have been noticing is my creativity has been going up. And I'm starting to get a little bit more of like a view of like life. If people want to say like dreams, awakening, prophecies, I just try to keep it simple, because the moment that you start putting labels in it, everybody has their opinion about the label. The truth is, in my humble opinion of whatever it is, I just am starting to get an understanding. Things are starting to click. Okay, like first and foremost, I used to be this person that loves style, fashion, getting dressed up. And it's so ironic, again, in this season, I'm watching this YouTube with this lady. She's like, in no shade, but just to describe her, she is open about herself too. She's, an older aged, maybe like 40s or something, in her 40s, and in her 40s. And she could be maybe late 30s or so, but, I don't know. People age differently. Let me be quiet. Between 30s and 40s, okay? 30s and 40s. I won't say she's like 45, or maybe I'll say 45 is a cutout. Point blank period is. She is dressing. She goes to the grocery store with ball gowns. She wears like the feathered hats, and she just is. And then when you go into more of her videos, you see that there's other communities of other women, of other people, of I watched a guy called the Gaudy Gay, and he decorates his house like literally he has no HOA, so he's putting rhinestones individually every day around this porch. And I'm like, I am not making a good use of my 24 hours, like literally. So I'm trying to find crafts because I love creativity. I used to paint, I used to sing. Anyways, I say all that to say that I used to be this person that was so creative, and over the time, life just made me drained. Everybody had an opinion. I couldn't come up this way. I couldn't come in this way, which leads me to my point of like now, like, who am I? Sorry, you guys. Ugh, this hat's like itching. Who am I? And I'm just excited to go on this journey, because the point is, I think a lot of us are trying to go back to like who we were, and it's like, fuck it, the person that I was, gone, can't get that person back, you know. And in this season, the person that I am now, I have no fucking clue who this person is. So it's like the only thing I can do now is look forward and just build the person and the idea of the life that I want and live that way. And I want to live my life where I'm a fashion model every day. And another reason why I used to like quiet myself is because people used to always make me feel bad. And it's like, there's nothing wrong, shout out to all the girls out there, with wanting to just be a girl. You don't have to have attention. You don't have to be this. It doesn't have to be a whole situation of natural girls versus wigs, or people who dress for attention, or people who dress just to get dressed. It's just like there's so much condemnation. That's the word, condemnation, going on, of people condemning one another, that it makes it uncomfortable for people to just want to be themselves. So I'm like really excited that I came back to this, because genuinely, and this is the truth, a lot of people have that magic and that spark about them, and we all have different things that make us different. That magic and that spark is different for each and every single one of us individually, and some of us don't ever get a chance to go back to that spark. Some of us are truly lost in the sauce, and they're miserable, and it makes them feel miserable, and they don't ever get that opportunity. So if you ever get that opportunity where you feel the spark in anything, go after it, because a lot of people don't get a chance to do that, which leads me to my next point. My creative endeavors are definitely leading me into wanting to pursue all that I can. I used to dance, so like all type of dancing. Just let your imagination run. From the church to the pole, babe. Any dancing you can think of. Just let your imagination. I even did pole dancing for a little. Not pole, I did that too, but pole. Okay, there was that actual little routine we tried to put together. I was in a swim team when I was in middle school, but point blank period is, and that was so long ago anyways. But long story short, yeah, I don't even know why that memory popped in my head. Again, shout out to us being a retrograde, because baby, my middle school years, honey, that was probably the most creative. I was on the step team. I was a cheerleader. I just did so much. So anyways, going back to my creative endeavors, I dance, I do a little bit of singing. When I'm in a good mood, I sound better. When I'm taking care of myself, obviously, singing is one of those things where your throat, your voice is really your instrument. And if you're not practicing using it properly, I smoke a lot. So it's like, yeah. But the rapping, words come to me. I'm really good at wordplay. I pick up on conversations. Somebody will say something before they even drop their sentence. I'm already on top of it, because I can pick up the rhythm. It's hard to explain. Like, I can pick up the rhythm of the conversation, where it's going to go, and then I can come up with, by the time, again, it's like I already see where you going. Now I'm picking it up and I'm putting it down, and where I'm going. Like, it just, and then when the words come, and then I have my own beat in my head, and then the flow, and then I got to go, and then I got the show, and then I got the and then it's just like, oh, okay. So anyways, I'm back to that, and I just really want that to be celebrated. I did have an experience of like wanting everybody to come with, and there were people along this journey and path that I got excited with, because I always say I have so much to give, and like people will come in and then they'll act like, we're friends, we have things in common, and we can do this, and it's just like, it's always the same thing, that either I'm too much, or people come in and they're not authentically who they are. And I hold a mirror to you, because I'm the type of person where say what you mean and mean what you say. Because when you come to me, you're expecting me to be my authentic self. And when I open my mouth, I don't waste my time with lies. So if you're expecting that of me, or not even expecting that, if I know that I give that to you because that's what my time is worth, I expect the same thing back. And I think one of the difficulties that I've realized is that a lot of people, and as much as I want to say, with guys will be guys. Unfortunately and fortunately, I do have my dad. So it's like, part of me is just like, I have a male in my life. So I'm not ever like, I'm yearning for the connection. But my disappointment really is from the women. It would be good to have a sisterhood. I love being the girly girl, makeup, hair, taking pictures. I remember in middle school, we would take pictures, and, nothing crazy. Of course, we were in middle school. But if anything, that's been kind of like, where my heart has been healing at. Of course, love will always come. Somebody will always love you. But, you won't always have friends. So I'm praying for the next phase of my life that I meet the right friends that will align to this journey.